In this lesson, we're going to talk about a magical word called ACOS or ACOS. But first, let me remind you guys the campaigns that we need to start. And we're also going to talk about the third campaign that you should be running at a certain point. So again, I start with 2 core campaigns and expand after week 2. The first campaign is an automatic, which we set up in the last module, as well as the manual campaign that we set up. And then 2 weeks later, after these run, it could be 2 to 3 weeks. It could even be a 4th week. Let these 2 run and then start another campaign for profitable keywords, as well as high keywords with a high CTR. And so campaign 1 is an automatic campaign. Again, separate ad groups for product variations, but remember, start with your most popular one first and then add each variation a couple weeks after. This is an automatic campaign. You want to bid between 75 cents and $1.50. Your budget should be $10, and you want separate groups for each child SKU. You want to run for 4 weeks, then cut in half. Campaign 2. This is a manual campaign. You want to again separate ad groups. This will be manual. You want to bid $150 or Amazon suggested and a budget of between $20 and $30. And you want to separate ad groups. You want to run for 6 weeks, then reduce the actual bid. And your initial keywords should be Amazon's suggested, and take out the ones that just don't make sense. So now let's talk about ACOS, and then in a minute we'll talk about the third campaign that you should be starting. ACOS stands for the advertising cost of sale, and it is a ratio of advertising costs in dollars compared to product sales. And it usually is spelled out ACOS, and it means the advertising cost, or whatever you paid for the advertising cost, divided by the product sales. But it does not take into consideration the cost of goods sold. And let me show you guys an example. Let's say, for example, you have a product that had $50 product sales and it cost you $100 to do so. The ACOS is 50 cents. So for every 50 cents spent on advertising, which is advertising costs, you acquired $1 in product sales. So you want to find out this actual thing. Are your ads profitable? That is the most important thing when you run actual ads. And in order to know if your ads are profitable, you're going to have to figure out your net profit margin per unit. And so you'll take your selling product price and you'll minus all the costs, including the following: your costs from the manufacturer, your shipping to the Amazon warehouse. This includes customs, duties, freight forwarding, and shipping to Amazon, your Amazon commission, and any other fee that Amazon charges you. So it's basically all fees divided by the average selling price times 100. And then 100 minus this equals the net profit margin. So let's go ahead and show you an example. And now this is the most important fact about ACOS. This is all you need to know. A break-even ACOS is equal to your net profit margin per unit. So if you want to break even on ads, you'll just have to run at your actual profit margin. If you want to make money, you'll have to run below your profit margin. And if you want to lose money, which who wants to lose money, you'll have to run at above your profit margin. So if you're running at a 40% ACOS and your profit margin is 40%, you are break even. If you're below 40%, you are profitable. And if you're over 40%, you are losing money. And here is the example I was talking about. Let's say your average selling price is $24.97, and you have to subtract the product cost from China, which is $7, the shipping to Amazon, which is 80 cents per unit, the Amazon commission of $3.60, and the fulfillment cost of $6.51. You would add all these up and then divide them by $23.97 times 100%. And then 100 minus use this equals the net profit. So this comes out to a break-even ACOS equals the net profit margin of 25.2. So in order to break even on this product, we need to have a 25.2 ACOS. Anything above and we're losing money, anything below we're profitable, anything at equal to that, we are breaking even. And you might be wondering, why would somebody want to break even on ads? And the answer is simple: because all these sales generate you a higher position in organic rank, thus increasing your sales velocity, thus increasing your actual position in the search engines within Amazon. So that is why you would actually want to break even. It's profitable because of the organic sales that you get. And that's pretty much it for this module. And in the next module, we'll cover the last session on PPC, and we'll wrap up PPC and proceed forward. So I'll see you guys then.